Hey guys, this is going to be a quick workshop on drawing arms, personally because it's something I think I need to work on. Um, I'm going to show what I know, and hopefully it helps you guys think about what you might know. And if you know more than me, and if you have any corrections to make, please leave a comment here because it's something I need to work on. This is not necessarily a tutorial, but rather practice while I'm looking at some references. So what I know is that the deltoid is called the deltoid because it's sort of like a triangle shape, and it has this point here, and it inserts. Let's see, where does it insert? It inserts between the biceps and the brachialis. So the biceps are here. So this is like the chest muscle here. Imagine this is someone's chest, like a muscular guy's chest, and the pectorals are here inserting. Here, let me use a smaller brush here. And so the bicep is here, and I know that the deltoid is in three parts. So there's like the front, the middle, and then the back part of the deltoid. You can't always see them all, but there are three. Usually you can't see it unless someone is really, really muscular. But the bicep here, it kind of creates this flat here, and then it curves in, and then it goes toward the middle. And then um, sometimes you can see the definition there. The brachialis is like it's like in between it sort of peeks out between the bicep and the tricep, and the triceps are in the back. And the triceps usually the curve of the tricep sort of stops here a little bit higher, whereas the biceps go a little bit lower. And then it goes down, and then there's like a tendon here that goes to the elbow, and then the elbow like shows right there. And then inserting here between, okay, it looks like it goes behind the brachialis. I actually didn't realize that until now because I'm looking at a reference. So behind the brachialis starts the brachioradialis, which sort of curves around towards the thumb. And it's often called the ridge muscle. And then there's two bones here. And I still don't really know all too much about like the radius and ulna and like how they connect to the elbow and stuff. I definitely need to think more about it. Now, oftentimes the wrist is showed as like a box in the way it connects to the hand. So the hand is going to connect here after the wrist. Um, and then the brachioradialis, it's like in two pieces, and it sort of curves around. And then coming underneath the brachioradialis are the extensors, which like stretch the fingers back, and they sort of like loop over here over the bone, and then attach to like the back of the wrist right here. And then the bones, like the arm really starts to get thin, like near the wrist. I guess there's not a whole lot of muscles there. Most of the muscles are like here for the fingers. So the flexors here, the ones that pull your fingers in like a fist, are gonna be on the bottom here, underneath the radius and the ulna. So according to the what do you call the reference I'm looking at, this is kind of how it is. The deltoid might be a little bit big here. Maybe it's a little bit smaller than uh, what I drew, but it is in three pieces. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm just gonna do some practice here. So I know that like if you have your cylinder of the arm, um, the deltoid kind of like let's say the arm is being lifted up here. That this is someone's chest as a box. The deltoid, if I can go in red here, is going to sort of like, well, there's this rhythm between the pectoral and the deltoid where this is the pectoral here, and then the deltoid sort of wraps around the arm over the top, and it would wrap around like this way. Imagine this is like behind the arm right here. And then like I get confused with lifted arms. If I can draw it from another angle here, this is going to be our pectoral, and then there's a rhythm with the deltoid coming over it. And then there's a lot of stuff going on in here that's like difficult for me to understand. I know that the serratus are over here, and I'm still not really great at drawing them. I'm just gonna draw a zigzag for now. I know there was a guy who tried to correct me on the serratus before, but it's hard to memorize like how it actually connects. I know that the wing muscle, I forgot what it's called, from the back. The lats, yeah, the lats, it sort of comes around the back and then sort of wraps around here towards the bottom. But I'm not exactly sure how that connects either. Um, but I do know, like, let's imagine the humerus, the arm bone there. So let's see. I think the bicep would kind of be right. Well, here's the back, and then this is like also muscles from the back. I forgot the names of those. So if you guys can help me in this exploration, and this again, this is more of a workshop than an anatomy lesson. I can definitely go on Pinterest and like take a look at some more of these too. Um, how they connect. I'm just gonna open up another picture here inside. Um, excuse me. So the deltoid's here. The bicep is gonna be here. And yeah, I think the armpit, there's like a lot going on. There's like the lats, the bicep. Um, bicep is going to be here in front. And then there's like space down here. And the tricep might show up right here. And I'm not actually sure what's like sort of between the bicep and the tricep on the underside. Um, maybe I'm guessing they touch. Okay, it looks like there is a piece here. So the lats wrap around and sort of go underneath. Ooh, what is that? Coracobrachialis. It looks like there's something in here between the bicep and the tricep, like right here. Coracoradialis. I've never heard of that. And then the lats connect here under it. And then the back muscle called the teres major, it also kind of connects under it and goes between the bicep and inserts between the bicep and the tricep. So if I were to like point to some stuff, lats, teres major, teres major, educating myself here while maybe somewhat educating you guys. And then we have the coracobrachialis, which is sort of this little piece right here, right there. And it helps to make these diagrams even just to educate myself. Sometimes, when you're doing anatomy lessons, it helps to just repeat, like repeat after me kind of thing. You see the reference and you just try to copy it. Coracobrachialis. So that maybe, it's that regurgitation of information that helps us remember. In education, they say that it's actually the testing part, not the studying part, that really confirms if you that solidifies the knowledge, and that's why we have testing. It's not just to give you a grade, it's not just to test proficiency, but it actually helps educate, the testing part. So here we have the bicep, and it's going to insert into here, and then the tricep goes here, and there's a tendon, and then it kind of widens here. I'm not sure, like I know that like the elbow is like behind here, but it also, the two I think the muscle is going to like kind of start right here. I think the muscle actually might start sooner because the brachioradialis is going to like kind of come up there. I'm going to imagine this hand. There's our box is here. Our hand is going to extend this way. So let's look at forearms. I'm going to see if I can find a reference for forearm muscles here. Let's see. Because this confuses me too. Because I know we're going to see the flexors in the front there. And see what they look like. You sort of group them all together. But it can be confusing for me looking at diagrams. Here I found a decent one here. And let's see what I'll do. So I'll sort of group them together. Okay, so the brachioradialis is coming here, and it sort of extends to the thumb in the front here. If the hand was like rotated, the brachioradialis would start up here and curve over towards the thumb. So if this is the hand curved, and the thumb's down here, but if the thumb is up here facing front, the brachioradialis would connect to the thumb. Okay. So here it would be curved down, and we would be seeing the arm muscles. Okay, so it looks like the extensors are like really a group that kind of start around this this part of the elbow here, and they all kind of go towards the fingers. So they will all sort of group up, and I guess you would maybe you would exercise this muscle by like I don't know, clenching your fist or something, or like I get maybe probably for gripping things. There's probably a lot going on there. So there's like a whole lot of muscles here. There's a muscle group like here and sort of in front, and then sort of on the side. But it looks like you can sort of group it all in this area here. Um, so I'm going to continue this lesson another time. Hopefully, this gives you guys a little bit of guidance on that. But I'm running out of time here. But we are going to continue our arm workshop later. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.